guys, welcome to today's Patreon Q&A.
All right, you've got the Q's, we've got the A's.
You guys got some statements too.
Yeah.
You know what? It's whatever. You send us your thoughts and we'll tell you guys our thoughts on your thoughts.
We'll work with you.
Right.
We'll shake your hand.
All right. Well, first up, we've got some stuff from Teresa Lyons.
All right, so Teresa says, Janet, drop The Bachelor, Bachelorette. It's so lame, and you don't seem to like it. That is the understatement of the year. Yes, that's more of a comment than a question, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
All right. So let's address that first.
You are so on the money with that one. We hate it.
It's gross. It makes me feel like I need to go take a shower after to get the grime off. But at the same time, we do have fun with The Bachelor every once in a while. When you see people like Chad on the show, like that's a lot of fun.
It is, but you know what?
I think that was our last season of
I think so.
Of The Bachelor.
Chad was only a character. If only Chad were real.
You gotta remember that though about most of these shows.
Yeah.
You're not watching
no, real life.
Reality. But anyway, we are planning on dropping The Bachelor / Bachelorette.
Okay.
We might still watch it occasionally just because it's like hilarious at times, but
we won't.
I don't think we're going to be recapping
Invest anything into it. All right. Also, I would love to see you guys recap The Voice. Now that Idol is done, please consider it.
Okay. Pause. So here's the thing. We've never watched The Voice before. And now that Idol is done, we were kind of just like, all right, Idol's done. No more singing shows.
The thing about Idol was we didn't really like Idol that much either. I used to work at a voice and piano studio, and the saddest thing for me to see would be these rich parents come in with their kids and be like, make my child a star. And it hurt me inside to see.
Is that what you say about me?
No.
Okay.
It hurt me inside to see these poor kids with stars in their eyes and they had no shot. I mean, I don't want to kill anybody's dream. I'm not pissing in anybody's salad, but you just know they're not going to make it. And I sometimes see this on the show and I hate the way they exploit it, and
I feel like though in recent seasons they haven't really been doing that. They've been showing more of the talented people.
In effect, though, with all these shows, they've really saturated the market. So when you become a winner on this show now, you're not really a star anymore because you're like one of 100 tiny little stars in the Milky Way, not just the sun.
I see what you're saying.
So it's really cheapened the whole fame thing for these people, and it's difficult for most of them to make money now because it's oversaturated.
Mm-hmm. So no on The Voice?
Probably not.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I know a lot of you guys watch it, but I'm just kind of like not feeling the singing competitions right now.
I would also love to see you do So You Think You Could Dance, but I realize your summers are consumed by Big Brother. I'm not feeling this year's junior version that much anyway.
We have been checking in with So You Think You Can Dance on and off. We used to watch it religiously.
We used to recap it.
Yeah. But then, you know, push came to shove. Big Brother shoved it out.
Yep.
And we haven't really been watching it in recent years.
Our reviews weren't that very well received either.
Got a lot of anger from people on those.
You're not a dancer. She is.
I am, but okay.
Okay. So thank you for your
question. Dancers can be really critical.
They can be very, very angry. Very.
Yeah, but anyway, we just don't have time. Especially during the summer.
Did enjoy the junior version. It's kind of fresh. It's kind of weird.
It's different
to see the pros dancing with the little kids all the time.
Especially the ballroom ones. It's weird.
it's weird, but I'm liking that they're giving the littler kids a chance.
Yeah. I think that's cool. But anyway, Teresa, thank you so much.
Yes.
For sharing your thoughts with us.
Up next, we have Catherine B.
All right.
Catherine, this is not her first rodeo, so she's got some different type questions. Different type thing. What was your go-to candy as a youngster growing up? She loved the wax-filled candy.
Wait, I have a question. What is the wax-filled candy?
The little soda bottles where you bite the top off and it's got the colored liquid in there.
I wasn't sure what you meant by that, but yes, those were fun.
Not filled with wax.
No, they were wax and they filled
with something else.
Okay. Because I thought you meant you were eating wax, and I was like,
No.
oh my god, Catherine!
I was never allowed to get those.
I like those little
kid.
sodas.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was your go-to candy?
My go-to candy, when I found some quarters laying around on my dad's dresser, were...
You stole from Gramps?
Yeah, he knew. Some frozen Snickers bars from the Italian deli. They had them in the freezer section. And they also had Charleston chews. Do you remember those? Or those are...
A little bit, yeah.
They're like that long, kind of like nougat thing, and it's covered in chocolate, and you freeze that, and you whack it, and it makes little pieces. Mm-hmm. How about you?
I'm definitely like a chocolate freak. I love Snickers, Reese's, and like I really liked Baby Ruths and Paydays, but I can't really eat those anymore because they're not vegan.
Yeah.
That's okay though. I'm not missing them too much.
No.
But yeah, I was always a chocolate freak.
Yeah, I love chocolate. All right, so Catherine also asked
a Big Brother question.
A lot of twists so far this season. What one do you like, and what can you live without so far?
What do you like?
I kind of really like the return ticket one, although it's probably not going to work out the way I liked it to work out.
Okay.
How about you? What do you like?
I really liked the Roadkill. I thought that was a lot of fun.
That was a good one.
But I have to say, I have a love-hate thing with the teams in the beginning. I think it was a cool idea, but it was very frustrating when the same team was dominating all the HOH competitions, and then those people were safe for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I thought that was a little bit crazy.
That's so funny because the second part of that, what one can you live without? I can live without the teams.
You can live without the teams? Let me see. What else have we had this season? I mean, I like the care packages, but I could live without them.
Yeah. But other than that, I think it's a pretty hellish season.
It's been a twisty
It's been an up and
season.
down. It's been up and down.
Yeah. Also, I'm not a huge fan of mixing veterans with newbies. Mm-hmm. So I would like to see...
I'm not really about that either.
All newbies are all stars. All stars.
Yes. I mean, I could deal with the sibs, with the sexy sibs. Sean says no. I'm flushing on that one.
Yeah.
I could deal with the sibs, but I don't want to see returners unless it's all stars. Mm-hmm. So, let's move on.
Okay.
Kenny D.
Oh boy.
We've got a book from Kenny D.
We've got a novel from Kenny D. I need to pull this up. We're just going to read this straight up.
Don't get us wrong. We freaking love it.
It's fun, but we've got to like untangle it.
Shall I read or shall you?
Either way.
Well, I'll take the first paragraph.
All right.
Like professional wrestling, the producers of Big Brother are first and foremost creating entertainment, and as such, will go to great lengths to keep those capable of providing that entertainment in the house.
Agreed.
Absolutely. That typed, I believe Big Brother really wanted to keep Tiff and Frank, but neither wanted to stay bad enough to make it happen. Also agree.
Yeah, I think they were really hoping that those two were going to be able to pull it out, but they couldn't like give Frank the round trip ticket because it would have been really obvious. But also, did you notice they seem to cast a lot of wrestling
Yes.
people on the show?
There must be a connection that we don't...
Well, I know that Robin
of.
Cass, the
Okay.
casting director, is a huge fan of like
WWE?
UFC.
Oh, okay.
She's really into that. But also, you know, wrestlers, they're actors.
Of course.
So they know if they put a wrestler in that house, they're going to entertain.
They're going to
Look
put
at
on a
Jesse.
show.
Look at Frank.
Yeah. But I don't think Jesse was a wrestler until he was on the show.
Aspiring.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have another theory about Tiffany, but I'm going to talk about that at the end. All right.
Save your thoughts for the end, though.
All right. Tiff had not one but two alliances throw her overboard. The Fatal Five may be the last all-girl alliance, given how quickly the Evil Four turned on Tiff and are now in the process of imploding altogether. Similarly, Paulie, who Tiff assured that first week that he was safe, turned on Tiff the moment his position was secure.
For real, though. Oh, my God. Did you see how quick that flip was?
Yeah.
Paulie was like, I'm in with this crowd. Screw you.
Yeah.
I don't need you anymore.
Thus, short of winning Why the hell would Tiff want to battle back into a house of people who either shunned her like Michelle or literally made stuff up about her like Day to destroy any chance Tiff had to develop any real allies?
I just want to mention, too, Kenny D's a very, very big, not just Tiff, but Russo sister fan.
Yes. All right. By losing the battle back comp, which looked far more like she was throwing it than she choked, she avoided having to spend the rest of her summer, including the first few weeks of school, in the jury house. Naturally, they edited it to make it seem like she was really disappointed, but was she? I hadn't thought of that before, but it definitely makes sense now.
You think so?
I do.
I don't know that she threw it, because I think she had a lot of pressure on her to do well in this game. I think that she would have wanted to go back in the house and see if she could make anything happen there.
See, I don't think she wanted to go back into the house because she knew this season was very hostile towards women.
Yeah, not just women, but women who were willing to speak up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah.
Especially against Polly. Let's be real. If you were against Polly, you were on your way out.
Yes.
So you think that she threw it?
I now, in retrospect, reading Kenny's comment, yes, I think that there's a very strong possibility that she did not want to go back into that house after she saw how hostile it was.
I think I'm just coming from a place of, like, if it was me, I would never want to give up an opportunity to go back in like that. But I guess for other people...
You know what? She wasn't going to be gaining anything from the show professionally. Mm-hmm. She was happy as a teacher. She want, you know...
Yeah, I guess.
What would be the point of her staying any longer? All right. I think Frank took his cue from Boogie and Janelle, who both seemed relieved to be evicted pre-jury. It was mighty magnanimous of Frank to not lobby against Bridget.
That was huge. I was really surprised that he didn't
I am so shocked that he had genuine feelings for Bridget. I totally thought that he
like,
was
they're actually going to be, like, besties.
Friends. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And not, like, romantic.
No.
Like, real friends. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, at first I was just like, ugh, Frank and Bridget. But then I was like, you know what?
It's a thing. Yeah, I love it.
It's for real.
That is, unless he realized that his game isn't really that fun when everybody wants you gone. Yeah, if people aren't playing with you, it's not very fun.
You know, but sometimes people thrive on that. Because it's you against the world, that kind of thing.
Not that early in the game, though.
I guess.
He played that game on BB18, so rather than do whatever he could to swing the votes his way, he accepted the verdict with the silver lining that he got to go home instead of stuck in jury. The whole idea that making the jury is goal in and of itself only makes sense if you're not in your 30s with either a decent income or children or both.
That is true.
And he has a girlfriend, so...
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people that play this game, they're in their early 20s. They don't have, like, a set career yet,
right.
So...
There's no hurry to get home.
It's good for them to get in that jury house and make money.
Exactly.
But if you're, like... You already have a career, you got stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't want to sit in the jury for, like, months.
No. You gotta think about the backstory here. It's not just everybody wants to win. Day, who was another house guest that Big Brother wanted for her diary rooms alone, oh yes, ignited the bomb that blew up Tiffany's and Frank's games and appears to have made herself collateral damage. I'm sure she was not
This was
hoping.
from a while back, by the way.
Of course, it's only Monday, and with a little help from Big Brother, Day could swing a vote or two back toward Bridget and survive another week, or there's always the round trip.
Well, we saw how that worked out.
Yeah.
I was really, really hoping that Day was going to go back into that house with the round trip ticket, but it just didn't work out.
No. She pretty much shot herself in the foot because she was just too...
outspoken.
She is not a team player. She's a Day player. She's playing for Day, and she gets too paranoid to be a team player.
I guess. Shouldn't everyone be playing for themselves?
It's a balance. All right. With all the reference to friendship, one can't help but worry that this will be a reenactment of BB6 where Maggie and Yvette were the final two, and the hope was that both could lose. Amen.
Yeah.
For me, a final two of Paulie and Michelle would have been even worse than what the Friendship Alliance delivered.
Which is interesting now because I know that Kenny is actually rooting for Michelle to a certain degree.
I'm in and out of love with Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with Michelle. I really respect what she's done in the last few weeks, changing things up. But we've seen how mean she can be earlier in the season, and
plus she is such a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I do enjoy watching her as a player, though.
Yeah.
She is entertaining. I mean, when she freaking had her pants halfway on in that double eviction, and the crying, I enjoy the crying, too.
You just can't make that stuff up. That's for real. All right. BB should scrub this entire cast for the good of the brand and come out with a fall season of All-Stars, Vanessa Zach, the real Calafieri brother, Danny Donato, Enzo, Danielle Reyes. I totally agree.
There's been a lot of speculation that they're trying to make season 20 an All-Star season.
That would be great.
Who knows, because every year everybody's like, oh my god, it's going to be All-Stars.
Is it All-Stars this season?
It's All-Stars!
Did you hear the rumor? Is it All-Stars this season?
So who knows if that's actually going to happen.
I think it's about time. Like,
I just
would
don't know
feel
if they want to.
I think it would probably be in their best interest to put a bunch of names in there at that point. They didn't want to waste it on this season because they knew they were competing against the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear that.
Okay. No questions, really. Just curious to hear what you guys think about these ramblings. Here's one question, though. Were the Fatal Four just so catty and toxic that they ruined the entire season?
I don't think so. I wouldn't blame it all on them. I think that Pauly played a huge part in, I wouldn't say ruining the season, but when you have one person who is so dominant and who everyone just follows blindly, that's going to make things boring because you need those power shifts.
I would call it 50% girl cattiness, 50% He-Man Woman Haters Club.
You know, the cattiness was not completely widespread. If you've got one or two girls who are just not willing to work with the other girls.
It's like one bad apple ruins the entire bushel.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think there were a ton of girls this season who were willing to work together.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've got a few in there, like Nicole and Bridget to a certain extent.
We had such high hopes for Nicole this season, and that just freaking blew up in our faces.
Yeah. They don't want that girl. We didn't,
we were totally shocked by Bridget. We didn't really think that much of her at the beginning, and she turned out to be one of the
I liked her when she was evicted.
I hope she comes back to play All-Stars, because I'd like...
I don't know. I don't think she wants to come back. I think she wants to go back to her life.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for your questions. I enjoy this so much. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much for your support on Patreon.
If you want us to answer your questions, check out our Patreon link in the info box below.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay.
And until next time,
much love.
Edit.